Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to go deep on something super relevant today.
Always.
Awesome. So we're diving into IT collaboration, especially how it helped completely transform Microsoft under Satya Nadella.
Yeah, it's a wild story, right? From almost falling apart because of, internal competition to becoming this absolute giant.
Exactly. And we've got this great article by Yu Watt, How to Master IT Collaboration Under Satya Nadella, as our roadmap for this deep dive. We're going to pull out the juiciest, most practical stuff you can actually use, whether you're leading a team or just want to understand how collaboration makes things tick in tech.
Sounds good to me.
Perfect. So right off the bat, the article highlights this amazing point about Microsoft's change. They were so siloed, right?
Oh, absolutely. Silos are a classic problem, not just in IT, though.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the article even throws out this warning, right away. Silos are the silent killers of innovation and productivity in IT projects.
Wow, yeah, that's a powerful statement. And it's true.
So help us understand this. Why are silos so bad? Break it down for us.
Okay, imagine different teams in a company as like separate kingdoms. Everyone's hoarding their resources, knowledge, whatever. You totally lose that exchange of ideas, that spark.
Right, like everyone's working on a puzzle, but no one has the whole picture.
Exactly. And that lack of connection, it leads to wasted effort, projects missing deadlines, and you miss out on so much innovation.
Makes sense. So the article dives into 5 key things we can learn from Nadella's approach. The first one is a leadership mindset shift.
Yeah, really interesting concept.
It's all about leaders embracing a growth mindset, rewarding effort, seeing failures as chances to learn. Did Nadella actually walk the walk on this at Microsoft?
Oh, for sure. Like, think about how he shifted Microsoft's whole focus to cloud computing with Azure. Back then, they were all about traditional software, right? But Nadella saw the potential of the
It
cloud.
was a huge risk.
Totally. And there were definitely bumps along the way. But Nadella fostered this environment where it was okay to experiment, to learn from mistakes.
So he wasn't just saying it, he was living it.
Exactly. That mindset shift was huge for Azure becoming what it is today.
Okay, so actions speak louder than words, especially with risks. What's the next takeaway?
The article dives into collaborative tools. It suggests that companies should, centralize their communication. Use tools like Microsoft Teams or Slack.
Yeah, those are everywhere now.
Yeah.
But do they really change how teams work together?
They can, but it's not just about, throwing the tool at people and hoping for the best. It's like, imagine giving someone a toolbox full of amazing tools, but they've got no clue how to use any of them. You've got to train people, encourage the right communication habits.
Right, show them how to actually collaborate better.
Exactly. Like, instead of a million emails back and forth, jump on a quick video chat to make a decision. It's about using the tools strategically to really break down those walls between people.
Got it. So it's about empowering people, not just giving them more tech. What's next?
Shared goals, which is all about making sure everyone's aligned, working towards the same objectives.
Seems pretty straightforward. But how does that actually work in a huge, complex company?
Okay, let's say you're building a new product. Instead of design, engineering, and marketing all doing their own thing, shared goals help them see how their individual work fits into the bigger picture.
Ah, so everyone knows where their piece of the puzzle fits.
Exactly. That creates a feeling of ownership, like we're all in this together, and everyone's efforts are pushing in the same direction.
I like that. Now, open communication, the next takeaway. It seems like it's really about trust, right?
It's huge.
But how do you actually create an environment where people feel safe sharing ideas, giving honest feedback, even when it's tough?
You have to build what they call psychological safety. Nadella did this at Microsoft by, openly admitting when he messed up. And he encouraged others to do the same.
So leading by example, showing vulnerability.
Exactly. When people see that it's okay to not be perfect, that mistakes are just chances to learn, they're more willing to open up and share what they really think.
Makes sense. So last takeaway, innovation through teamwork. It emphasizes cross-departmental brainstorming. Why is that so important?
Remember those puzzle pieces? Imagine you only have one type of piece. You're going to get a pretty boring, limited picture, right?
Right, you need variety.
Exactly. Diversity of thought is like fuel for innovation. You bring people together from different backgrounds, different skills, different experiences, and suddenly you've got this amazing mix of ideas. You get way more creative problem solving.
It's like combining the strengths of all those separate kingdoms to create something much bigger and better.
Exactly.
The article even has this pro tip. Diverse teams are 35% more likely to outperform homogeneous ones. That's a pretty compelling statistic. Why does that happen?
Perspective. A team where everyone has the same background, same experiences, they tend to see the world in a very limited way. They might miss crucial things. But diverse teams, they bring all these different viewpoints to the table, which leads to way more innovative solutions, better outcomes.
Okay, so putting it all together, breaking down silos and building a collaborative culture, it's not just about having the right tools or changing team structures, right?
Mhm.
It's deeper than that.
It is. It's about creating an environment where people feel empowered to communicate openly, to share their ideas, and work together towards a common goal.
And while the Microsoft story is like super inspiring, these principles, they can work anywhere, right?
Absolutely. It doesn't matter how big or small your company is, or even what industry you're in. These ideas are universal.
That's what's so cool about this. So for our listeners, if they could pick just one of these takeaways to work on, which one would you recommend and why?
That's a good question. I'd say think about where your team or your company is struggling right now. Is it communication breakdowns, people feeling isolated? Figure out your biggest challenge, and that'll guide you to the most impactful takeaway to focus on.
Great advice. And everyone listening, remember, this deep dive, it's just the beginning. There's so much more to explore when it comes to IT collaboration, to building a workplace where everyone feels connected and can do amazing things together. So keep learning, keep experimenting, and see what you can achieve.
Absolutely. The possibilities are endless.
We'll see you next time.
See you then.